Welcome back, everybody, to Paintball Live, pblive.tv. We are on live now with the president and the VP of the BT Rangers, Ian Gleason and Chris Ross. Welcome to the program, gents.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks for being on. So, first of all, happy Canada Day to you guys. So,
thank you very much. If you hear any gunfire outside, it's actually firecrackers for the most part.
For the most part. Good to know. So you live in just about the same sort of place in the neighborhood that I do here in the U.S. as well. So good to know that paintball across all borders pays like butt. So, so tell us about the BT Rangers. About the first, we'll talk about the team, and then we'll move on to the event.
Sure. We were a group of friends. I kind of had an association with a bunch of guys that I played with, and Ian did the same. And we'd been talking to Ryan Sexton, who is the battalion coordinator for Key Action Sports, and he sort of suggested we might want to come together and form something a little different. So we did that, and we're really a team based on going out there, having a lot of fun. But we all kind of had that experience, as most ballers do, I think. That first time you were a renter on that field, and you see all these teams, and they're intimidating. They don't talk to anybody but their own teammates and that kind of thing. And it's really not, we determined it really wasn't that great for the sport. So what we wanted to do is go out there and put a kinder face on a paintball team, have a lot of fun with the team. With the team on the field, it's infectious. But then, we do marker repair and things like that at the off the field, so that we can get guys back in the game. Newbies come to the game, they run with us. There's no ego, essentially. We took the ego out of the equation.
Nice. You guys don't shoot egos. I don't know if you have something against the marker itself, or is there that sort of, have you ever gotten that, or is that just myself who made that bad, stupid joke?
You are the first person, to be honest with you.
Really? Oh
yes.
My God, that's amazing. I thought that paintballers would all have the same kindergarten mentality that I do. It's like, no egos, you only shoot Tippmann's brick.
Well, I mean, it goes back.
So you guys aren't against space guns, is what you're saying?
No.
We'll fix anything. And we have to fix those more often, quite frankly. But, I mean, the reality is, we were a bunch of friends that hung out on a forum called BT Warrior Online, and Ian was a big part of starting that. Again, it was sort of a brand-specific site, but it's really grown.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's welcome. Brand names aren't important anymore. The kind of community is unique in the paintball forum world. It's very friendly, very laid back. Everybody will help everybody. We've all owned all brands. We don't distinguish. So the Rangers were just an extension of BT Warrior Online. I mean, when this battalion was being set up and the Brotherhood and that, there wasn't really a blueprint. It was just an idea, and it was just an extension of the group on the forum. And the amount of people we've met and the people that have joined the team since are the same type of people, the same mindset, the same goals. We don't have to win a game. It's somewhere to go and have fun and have people to hang out with, and it's pretty simple.
It's a little too straightforward, guys. I don't know. You have to make it a little more complex. You're like, so.
Well, it's funny, actually. It is straightforward, and that's why it's something unique now, I think. Not a lot of people come out, and we go out, we throw a ton of paint, we have a lot of fun, we're jumping over bunkers, and we're scamping over whatever we can get to.
Jumping over bunkers?
Well, some of us are. Some of us are in the back laying a lot of paint, not moving as much as we used to, but, it's just, it is sort of a concept where you can come to a paintball field, not be intimidated, and get the support you need if your marker breaks, something like that. You're not paying $20 to a field, you're not paying $20 to some other third party to get it fixed. You come to us, we'll fix your marker for free, we'll get you back in the game, and that's really one of our first priorities.
The main thing is, though, I don't know about the States, but in this area there's a lot of private games, or outlaw, or whatever you want to call them. A lot of people may only go to a big field once or twice a year. Through the team and through the forum, we've become a meeting place. Somebody who necessarily wouldn't walk on to a big local game will, knowing that we'll be there. They'll log into the forums, they'll see that we're going to a game, and they'll come along and have a great time.
And they know they're going to have some fun, they're going to be safe, they're going to all that good stuff.
Yeah, the whole team's made up that way. They're not people that we hired. We've taken the two core groups originally, and we've more than doubled in size in Canada alone in a year. just from people coming and hanging out at the games.
Yep.
Well, that's amazing. That's the way it should be. I mean, when the pictures here, we got a little kid in the background. Do you really like to take in younger kids, or does it seem to sort of be like a dads and sons or brothers and a whole family affair, or are you guys just like the crusty old men of the sport up north?
Yeah, let's make no modes about it. We are the crusty old men. However, yeah, we absolutely encourage anybody. I mean, we got guys that are, we got 16-year-olds I think on the team.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than just the Canadian area. We've got a U.S. chapter. We've had a U.S. chapter in the States now for about I guess 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
Actually, PB Live exclusive. We just launched another chapter in the New Jersey area. In the States, our second U.S. chapter. We've got 2 chapters one chapter in the U.K., one soon to come. So again, it's like-minded people that don't put up with the baloney, the cheating, wiping, the ego, everything else. We go to play paintball to have fun. It's an expensive hobby for most people. So when you do go, you want to have a good time. And you don't want any of the nonsense that in many cases surrounds the sport. And specifically with field teams and that kind of thing. So it is sort of a grassroots organization or effort really to bring some fun back into the game. Emphasize on safety, emphasize on having a really good time.
Now, what do you guys think? We're going to toss this out there. I mean, this has started around in the industry and filtering its way around through a lot of the boards and forums and such. About this new Paintball 2.0 with the 50 caliber, or the fact that cases of paint are going to supposedly shrink from 2,000 balls per case to 1,600, or all the other tourney stuff that's going on. Do you guys even really care, because you're just out there to have a great time, and whatever happens, you're going to go out and shoot people regardless of anything else that inside all this other stuff?
To a certain extent, it doesn't matter to us. I mean, you could certainly say that. I mean, we're not entering tourneys to win, that kind of thing. And we haven't entered a tourney as yet. We're not tournament players, to be clear. But I think what it boils down to is rec ball. I mean, call it what you want: woods ball, rec ball, scenario ball. Regardless, we don't go out to win. Generally, we go out to have a good time. We make sure that's infectious to players around us. They're throwing more paint for the field, that kind of thing. Nice. Crazy antics, stuff like that. I think, for tournament play and things like that, I'm sure it will work out, but it really isn't our venue, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, talking from a guy that throws at least 2 cases a day, I mean, I don't want the cases to shrink, but,
yeah,
I mean, whatever the industry feels is needed all you can do is try it and see what happens, right?
You got a fairly tight economy right now as well, and you're talking about a sport that is essentially, for anyone, a luxury sport. I mean, it's not a cheap sport to get into necessarily, and it's not a cheap sport to go and play on any given day. So, anything that puts the crunch on that is difficult during this economic time, certainly.
True.
Yeah, we're more like a promotional team. I mean, we're heavily into modding markers, trying to find a distinct look, helping with people's tech support, promoting the game. A lot of the games that we go out to, that we help the field host, we're normally outnumbered. We're not there to win. We're there to make sure the field's happy and the people that come out have a great time. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah,
so that's it. Simple, period.
That's great. You are ambassadors for the sport, and you're the reason why people keep coming back. Is that how was your first experience when you played paintball? I mean, that seems to be a large marker of how people continue from there. If you showed up and you had a really bad day and you got overshot and you're like, F this. Or if you went there and someone took the time to fix your rental, or to go, hey, if you just tilt up and peek a little bit out of your bunker this way, here, get that guy right there. That sort of mentality.
Yeah, I agree. That's really what it's about. And I think most ballers. Well, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of ballers have a bad experience. They get overshot. It's happened to everybody. But that impressionable first-time renter is either out with a buddy, or maybe he's out with a couple of buds or whatever. But he's going to go in there to play, and the fact is that experience is going to shape whether or not he plays again.